Coach, we've heard a lot about critical race theory in schools, and I know this project 1619 is out there now, and I know you guys are taking steps to try to curb this. Can you explain to everybody what that is and why there's such an uproar about it?
Well, it was the beginning of slavery, they say. And it was in 1619, and they want to teach it was the beginning of the United States of America, which we all know that America started in 1776. And, all these big academia people have looked at it and studied it and said they've debunked it all. They said, this is not true. So I don't know. It goes along with the cancel culture, the woke, everything that's going on in our country right now to try to just say, listen, we want to change not only our country, we want to change the history of our country. And a lot of states are blowing it up, saying we're not going to teach it in our states. We need to do that in the state of Alabama. It is, something that we've really got to keep an eye on. Now, I signed on to an act up here, which is Saving American History Act. Tom Cotton put it out. Basically said it prohibits using federal funds to teach 1619. If it was correct and true and all those things, it might be one thing. We can't teach our kids to hate this country, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've even seen people that have really researched it that I would not call conservatives by any stretch, and the term they keep using is the foundation of this is loosely put together and not it's kind of it does not have a solid foundation, and I think it's exactly what you're talking about. This is another another tactic to indoctrinate a generation of Americans, to point them that what this country has accomplished for people of every ethnicity, and the problems. I love what Dennis Prager said. He said the key is not to look around the world for all the different countries and empires that had slavery. He said, because you will find that this has been a problem in a fallen creation since the fall of creation. He said, so don't spend your time looking for places where slavery has existed, because it's existed in a lot of places. Look at the countries that did away with it. That's what you got to look. The ones who addressed it, called it evil, and did away with it. And he said, so that's important. And what the reason why this is taking place, and the Senator and you and others are pointing to it, if we will pay attention, it's taking place because those who want to move to a more tyrannical central government and more of a soft tyrannical socialist, or even more tyrannical communist type set of government, they're trying to tell you that a constitutional republic in and of itself is evil. And so it should not be celebrated. It should not be preferred. And then why would they do that? Well, they do that because the ruling class will be just fine. If I'm in total power, I live just fine. But what the American people don't understand is the rest of us are going to be living in a much different world that another form of government will not offer us.
Yeah, look at all the authoritarian governments across the world. It's all about the elite, and the elite control everything, and that's what they're trying to get to. And so I know a lot of people in a lot of different states listening to y'all show, but if you're listening and your kids are getting ready to go back to school here in a month or so, call your school and ask them, what are you teaching? What kind of history are you teaching? We want to teach math. We want to teach reading. We want to teach science. We want to teach the things our kids can get a better job and be educated, not a bunch of things that are not true and are being pushed on our kids all across the country. They need to check with their high schools, their school boards, their principals, and their superintendents.